It's a listing no one's coming to save you. No one's going to drag you out of bed. No one's going to hand you your dreams. You think greatness just shows up. It doesn't. You earn it. You fight for it. You bleed for it. Nobody's coming to save you. That's the brutal truth people avoid because it's uncomfortable. But once you accept that, really absorb it down to your bones, it's something inside you wakes up. The idea that someone to come along and hand you a better life, that things will just work out on their own is a lie that keeps people weak. It's the lie you tell yourself when you're afraid to take control, afraid to confront the reality that your life is yours and yours alone. It's all on you. The good, the bad, the mess, the potential, that's your responsibility, not your parents, not your boss, not your partner. You want more. Then you've got to build more. And that starts with ownership. No more blaming the world. No more blaming the government, your childhood, your genetics, or your past. Those things may have shaped you, but they don't control you. They don't decide where you go from here. You do. That moment when your alarm goes off and your hand reaches for the snooze button, that's not life happening to you. That's you choosing weakness, choosing delay, choosing to stay stuck. And every time you make that choice, you reinforce the idea that you need something external to lift you up. When the power was always internal, people wait their entire lives for the perfect opportunity, the perfect plan, the perfect mentor. They say, if only I had more money, if only someone helped me, if only I knew the right people. But the people who make it, the real ones, they don't wait. They decide that no matter what's stacked against them, they're going to move, they're going to grind. They're going to crawl forward if they have to, but they're not going to sit around hoping someone else solves their problems. Because here's the thing, nobody can fight your battles for you. They can cheer you on. Sure. Maybe give you a little advice or throw some encouragement your way. But when it's 4 a.m. and the weight of life is crushing your chest, no one's pulling you off that mat. No one's dragging you to your feet. That's you. That's your moment to rise or stay broken. You've got two options every single day. Take charge or stay soft. Taking charge doesn't mean you don't get knocked down. It means you don't stay down. It means you take the hit, you feel the pain, and you still move forward. Life doesn't owe you anything. No one's obligated to give your dream. If you want it, rip it from the world with your bare hands. And yeah, it's going to be hard. Of course, it's going to be hard. That's the whole point. The struggle is what shapes you. If it were easy, it wouldn't matter. If it came without effort, it wouldn't be real. You've got to earn it. Every single day you wake up and go after it, it is a vote for the person you want to become. And every day you quit, that's a vote for the version of you that stays stuck. No one's coming. No magic solution is arriving. But that's not bad news. That's the best news because it means you're in control. You've got the power. You've always had it. You just need to stop waiting and start doing. Everyone wants the results, but no one wants the suffering that builds them. That's the game. That's the hidden law no one talks about. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in the dark, in silence, in the cold. When no one's watching and everything in you is screaming to stop. The gym isn't where muscles are built. It's where weakness is broken. The real gains, physical or mental, are made in the exact moment when you want to quit and decide to keep going. That's where it happens. Not when you're full of energy, not when life is easy, not when everything is aligned. That's not growth. That's maintenance. You don't become better when the sun is shining and everything's perfect. You become better when it's pouring rain, your back hurts, your mind's foggy, and you still show up. You still push. You still do the work. That's what separates the beasts from the boys. Most people live their entire lives avoiding discomfort. They run from it like it's the enemy. But discomfort is the only path to strength. You want to get sharper, walk into the fire. You want to be mentally unbreakable. Sit in the pain, embrace it, learn to breathe in it. You don't become powerful by escaping struggle. You become powerful by living in it day after day until it bends to your will. And here's what nobody tells you. Those uncomfortable moments are gifts. That early morning when your body aches and your brain tells you to skip the workout, that's a gift. That's your moment to build resilience. That hard conversation you don't want to have, the risk you're scared to take, the discipline you're trying to avoid. Those are the doors to your next level. Every time you walk through one, you grow. Every time you back down, you stay small. There's no shortcut. There's no cheat code. You don't level up by watching motivational videos or reading quotes on your phone. You level up by doing the hard shot consistently. Every rep you don't want to do, every run you don't want to take, every hour of work you force yourself through when you're exhausted. That's the grind that molds your character. Not for anyone else's approval, not for clout, not for Instagram, for your soul. Pain is part of the process. Suffering is the forge. But here's the twist. It doesn't stay pain forever. Eventually, what was once your limit becomes your warm-up. The mountain you couldn't climb becomes the hill you jog over. The struggle that once broke you now strengthens you. But none of that happens if you bail the moment it gets hard. None of it happens if you only show up when it feels good. You've got to choose it. You've got to say, I'm not afraid to hurt for this. You've got to step into discomfort like it's home, because that's where the best version of you lives. Not on the couch, not in the comfort zone, but in the pain, in the fight, in the sweat and silence where no one else is watching. That's where greatness is carved. That's where you become more. So don't fear the discomfort. Chase it. Don't flinch when it gets hard. Lean in. That pain you feel, that's the sound of your old self breaking. Let it. And then keep moving. People think they need motivation to act. That's backwards. You don't wait for motivation. You build it. You don't sit around hoping some magical wave of energy will hit you. It won't. The truth is motivation shows up after you take action. You move, you work first. You work, then your mind follows. Waiting to feel like doing it is how you waste your life. Think about it. How many times have you said, I'm just not feeling it today, and used that as an excuse to do nothing? How many goals died because you were waiting to feel inspired? You want to know the real difference between the rise and the ones who stay stuck. The ones who rise don't give a damn about how they feel. They show up regardless. Whether tired, sore, unmotivated, or broken, they move. Because they understand that action is the engine. You've got to prime it before it runs. You want clarity? Start doing. You want confidence? Start doing. You want to feel alive again? Start doing. Discipline is the weapon. You set the alarm, and when it rings, you get up. No debate, no negotiation. You get up and you do the work. It doesn't matter if it's raining outside. Doesn't matter if you slept bad. Doesn't matter if you don't feel like it. That feeling will come once you've proven to yourself that you're not owned by your mood. You're in charge. You command the ship. And let's be honest, most of the time, the hardest part is just starting that first 10 minutes of discomfort, that first push. But once you're in it, once you're moving, something flips. The fog clears, your body wakes up, your brain stops whining, you gain momentum, and with momentum comes motivation. But you had to earn that moment. You had to beat the voice in your head telling you to quit before you even started. It's discipline over desire. It's movement over mood. It's sweat before satisfaction. People think the top performers are motivated all the time. That's a myth. No one is motivated all the time. But the ones who succeed have built a habit of action so strong that they don't need to rely on feelings. They just go. Like a machine, because they've realized that every action, no matter how small, is casting a vote for the future they want to build. So if you're stuck, don't go looking for some fancy hack or a 10-step routine. Just take one action, one tiny move. Get out of bed. Put your shoes on. Write one sentence. Do 5 push-ups. Start small, but start. That one step will lead to the next. And suddenly, you're not stuck anymore. You're moving. You're becoming. You're creating your own momentum. Motivation isn't magic. It's not something gifted to you in a moment of clarity. It's earned in the trenches. It's born out of action repeated again and again until it rewires your brain, until the voice in your head stops saying, I can't, and starts whispering, let's go. So stop waiting, stop scrolling, stop overthinking. It's get up, take one small step forward. Let your actions lead your mind, not the other way around. Because the truth is simple. You don't need motivation to move. You need to move to find your motivation. Comfort is a liar. It whispers sweet things in your ear. Relax, take it easy. You've done enough today. But that voice is poison. That voice wants you soft. That voice wants you average. And average is where dreams go to die. Comfort is the silent killer, the slow bleed, the trap that keeps people living the same year over and calling it a life. Look around. The world's full of people who traded potential for comfort. They chose the easy path, the familiar routine, the predictable life. And now they're sitting there wondering why they feel empty. It's because comfort doesn't challenge you. It doesn't stretch you. It doesn't demand anything from you. And if life stops demanding something from you, you stop growing, you stop evolving, you stop becoming. Discomfort is the path. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be hard. That resistance you feel when you try something new, when you push into the unknown, that's the sign you're alive. That's the edge. It's where transformation lies. And most people run from it. They hit that wall and back off. But the strong ones, they hit that wall and break through it. They know the other side of pain is power. You don't build strength sitting on the couch. You build it when you push through the extra rep, when you go for that uncomfortable conversation, when you take risks others are too afraid to touch. Growth never comes from ease. It comes from choosing the harder road on purpose, the road where you're forced to dig deep, forced to figure it out, forced to level up. And yeah, you'll feel fear. You'll feel doubt. You'll feel like quitting. But those feelings are the cost of progress. They're not signals to stop. They're signals to lean in. That resistance, that anxiety, that pressure, that's not a warning. That's a green light. It means you're stepping out of the safe zone and into the arena. And the arena is where the real ones are made. There's nothing wrong with being comfortable after the work is done. But when comfort becomes your default setting, when it becomes your lifestyle, you start decaying slowly, quietly. You lose your edge. You forget how to struggle. And without struggle, you forget how to fight. you start shrinking into a version of yourself that's less than what you're capable of being. And that's a tragedy, because deep down, you know what you could be. You've had those moments, flashes of strength, of clarity, of purpose. You felt the fire. And then life handed you a blanket and said, just stay warm. And you listened. But that fire, it's still in there. It's still waiting for you to throw the blanket off and step into the storm. So take the cold shower, wake up early, lift heavy, speak truth. Do the thing that scares you, walk into the unknown with your fists clenched and your heart pounding, because that's where the next version of you is waiting, not in safety, not in routine, but in risk, in chaos, in the wild. Comfort will never make you proud. It will never give you the stories worth telling, the strength worth earning, the legacy worth leaving. You've got one shot at this life, and it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be real. So chase the hard path. Burn the map. And don't stop until you've become someone that comfort would have never allowed you to be. The clock is ticking. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when things settle down right now. That's the only time that matters. The idea that the perfect moment is somewhere in the future is just an excuse to delay what needs to be done today. People keep waiting for the right alignment of stars, the perfect mood, the full plan. But life doesn't work like that. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. It keeps moving with or without you. You want to do something? You want to build something? Then you've got to start right now with whatever tools you've got, with whatever energy you can muster. Stop lying to yourself that you need more time, more gear, more support. You don't. You need to move. You need to stop overthinking and start creating. The path isn't going to lay itself out perfectly in front of you. You figure it out as you go, step by step, punch by punch. You've got to kill this illusion that there's going to be a clean break where everything is quiet and calm and the motivation hits you like lightning. That moment's not coming. The chaos doesn't stop. The noise doesn't stop. The distractions will always be there. So the question is, can you act in spite of them? Can you build in the storm? Can you work while the world burns around you? That's what separates people. The ones who succeed didn't wait for calm seas. They learned to row in the waves. They made moves in the noise. They started messy, and it's messy at first, but they didn't care. They knew action beats perfection. They knew progress beats planning. And every day they moved, they created momentum, because every day you waste waiting for the right time is a day closer to regret. And regret hits harder than failure ever could. You'll never be haunted by the risks you took, even if you fell flat on your face. But you will be haunted by the chances you didn't take, the work you didn't do, the opportunities you watched pass by while you sat there thinking about it. You think you're being cautious, but really you're just afraid. And fear wears the disguise of procrastination. You've got to flip the switch and realize that urgency is power. Every second matters. Every moment you breathe is a moment you could be building something, sharpening something, becoming something. Stop wasting it on scrolling, comparing, complaining. None of that is real. What's real is the work. What's real is the grind. What is the no? This day, this hour, this exact moment, you'll never get it back. So what are you doing with it? Sitting in thought, doubting yourself, telling yourself you'll start Monday. That's a trap. Monday isn't promised. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. You're not owed anything beyond the moment you're in right now. So make it count. Make it raw. Make it real. Start where you are. Use what you've got. Do what you can. but start, even if it's small, especially if it's small. That's how it builds. That's how you grow. And once you've built momentum, once you've stacked those wins, you'll look back and realize this was never about the perfect time. It was about having the guts to move before the time perfect. So stop waiting, stop watching. The moment is already here. It's been here. You're just finally ready to see it, grab it, own it, use it. Because if you don't, it'll pass. And so will the chance to become who you were meant to be. Excuses are the disease. Discipline is the cure. Every single day, your mind is going to try to sell you on an escape plan. It'll whisper, you're too tired. You've earned a break. You'll do it tomorrow. That voice isn't trying to help you. It's trying to keep you average. And if you listen to it long enough, it becomes your truth. You start believing your own lies. You start telling yourself that your lack of results is because of something external, when really it's you not showing up when it counted. Discipline is the voice that shuts that nonsense down. It doesn't argue. It doesn't negotiate. It just moves. When you operate with discipline, you don't care about the weather, your mood, or what the world throws at you. You do the work because it's the work. That's it. You don't chase motivation. You become your own source of energy. That one goal. You don't wait to feel good to take action. You take action and let that shape how you feel. Every excuse is a brick in the wall that separates you from who you could be. And the more bricks you stack, the harder it becomes to break through. But discipline is the sledgehammer. It smashes those walls day by day, task by task. It doesn't care how big the goal is. It focuses on the rep in front of it, the step, the grind, the commitment to not break, no matter how tempting the comfort is. Most people fold under pressure. They let their feelings drive their choices. But discipline doesn't flinch. Discipline shows up at 5 a.m. when no one's watching. It does the reps in silence. It writes the words when no one will read them yet. It practices in the dark before the lights ever come on. It's not glamorous. It's not loud. But it's powerful. It builds something inside you that can't be shaken by excuses, doubt, or fear. And the truth is, you're not always going to want to do it. That's a guarantee. But the ones who succeed don't rely on wanting to. They rely on choosing to. There's a difference. One is emotional. The other is intentional. Every day you choose discipline is a day you reinforce your identity as a builder, a fighter, a person who doesn't quit just because it's hard. You set a standard, and that standard becomes your foundation. But here's the catch. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's trained, just like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The first time, it sucks. The 10th time, it still sucks. But the 100th time, it becomes who you are. It becomes automatic. And that's when you realize this is your edge. This is the separator. While others are busy making excuses, you're busy making progress. So the next time that voice pops up with another excuse, recognize it for what it is: weakness, trying to survive. And you've got a choice. Feed it, or starve it. Discipline is how you starve it. Discipline is how you kill the old version of you and give birth to the next one. The stronger one, the focused one, the relentless one. You don't need more time. You don't need more information. You don't need more inspiration. You need more discipline. The kind that doesn't bend, doesn't break, and doesn't wait. So tighten up. Get laser focused. Kill the noise. And every single time you're faced with an excuse, respond with action. That's how you win. That's how you rise. That's how you become unstoppable.